already seen. What is this? We have already seen. What did we say? The association of fire and the smoke. Okay? Every time, wherever there is smoke, the fire is bound to be there. And this is what we have seen the places like kitchen, etc. Okay? Where there is fire. Generally, wherever there is a smoke, fire is bound to be there. Then you see smoke, and now that association which you have done previously allows you to infer fire in the mountain. Fire in the mountain is not pratyaksha. It is not directly seen. It is not directly perceived. It is not directly experienced. Yet, you still know there is fire in the mountain. So the fire in the mountain is known inferentially. It is inference. It is not direct knowledge. It is inference. Inference will always have some form of obstacle. Okay? In the sense that knowledge with some vyavadhanam is going to be the knowledge generated by inference. But it is knowledge. Why? Because it cannot be refuted, hence it is knowledge. If you ever can show smoke without fire, if you can show smoke without fire, without heat, without fire, then we can say the inference that there is the association of smoke and the fire is falsified even in one place. Then the knowledge there is fire in the mountain also becomes doubtful. Okay, so it will not remain a knowledge. What will it be? A doubt. Maybe there is fire, hence, because there is smoke without fire also. Maybe it is that case. So you cannot conclude positively that there is fire in the mountain. You see? Therefore, now how does the inference work? So over here we have understood something about the karanam and the karyam, about the cause and the effect. Where did you understand? At least one example. And that example is mrid and ghata. Is not it? Mrid vyatirekena ghata bhava nishchayavat. So if you have understood the relationship between the karanam and karyam, now that you can extend to every karana and karyam. Okay? To every pair of cause and effect. But which cause and effect are you looking at presently? Jagat as the effect, Brahma as the karanam. So now this inference will help you. So how is that? How does that go? Nikhila karani Brahma vyatirekena nikhila prapancha bhavam nishchitya. Nikhila means all, total, complete. Nikhila karani bhuta, that which is the cause of all and everything. You know, recently there are these, God, I don't know what they are, some sort of, idiosyncrasy, which do not have any roots in the Shastra. But they have organized themselves very well. So these people have to say, Paramatma is not there in things like the scorpions, this troublemakers. Paramatma is not there. In fact, there are other places also. There is no dearth of ignorance and ignorance claiming wisdom. So this fellow said that women do not have a soul. They are not living things. Women are what? Furnitures. Now that's why you get a manual how to take care of your car, like that, how to deal with your wife, your daughter, your property. No, sir. But any which ways, rule nahi hoti. Like that, these are people who are saying Paramatma doesn't live with things like scorpions and snakes and poisonous things and all this. Is not there. But what are we saying? Nikhila Karani Bhuta. What is Brahman? Karanam. Is it Karanam only for a few things and not a Karanam for other things? No. Nikhila Karani Bhuta is the Karana for Karanam, meaning the cause for everything. Nikhila Karani Bhuta Brahma. Then other than this Brahman, the effect, meaning the world does not have any existence, is totally absent. So what you really are looking at is Brahman, is Parameshwara. This is what you are, though you are dealing with the pot, lifting the pot, looking at the pot, tapping the pot, using the pot, breaking the pot, making the pot, yet it is nothing but clay. Broken pot is also clay. Created pot is also clay. Pot on the shelf is also clay. Pot in the well is also clay. Empty pot is also clay. Pot filled with water is also clay. It is clay, 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 clay. Other than the clay, you are not seeing anything. Though we are calling it pot, and we will continue to call it pot because for us there is some use of the pot. Okay? Some function to be accomplished. That's why it is going to be pot for you and me. But in reality, what is that pot? Other than the clay, it is nothing. It doesn't exist. Like that, this total world, Nikhila Prapancha, is nothing else other than Brahman. Understanding this is going to be with the application of inference, the way the inference functions, if you have understood, seeing a principle in one place, then to apply it in another place. Seeing a principle, the vyapti, association of fire and the smoke in one place. Then when you see the smoke, then application of that in another place, the mountain, allows you to know presence of fire in the mountain. Inference, this is how the inference works. So now over here, the inference works how? Everyone agrees. Both the pakshas agree. Ubhaya paksha sammatam is an example. What is called as a drishtanta? That what is acceptable to both the sides, and both the people in the conversation is called as the drishtanta. Ubhaya paksha sammatam is drishtanta. That the pot is the cause, mrid is the karanam, accepted. Now, what is the thing between the karanam and karyam? That karya does not have any existence other than the karanam. Now apply it. What is the karanam? Brahma. What is the karyam? Jagat. Just like that, jagat, which is the karyam, does not have any existence apart from its karanam Brahma. So this is how he says, mridvyatirekena ghatabhava nishchayavat nikhila karani bhuta brahma vyatirekena nikhila prapancha bhavam nishchitya. Now nishchitya, having concluded. So now the kriya is not finished yet. We have yet not finished. So suppose my sentence is, having eaten the food, he went to the market. Okay. Having eaten the food, he went to the market. So having eaten the food, this much part of the sentence is there, but the sentence is yet not complete. So now, iti nishchitya. Now the first thing to be done, first part is this nishchaya has to be there. Nishchaya how? Through inference. Karana vyatirekena karyabhava nishchitya. Okay, nishchitya. Then what? Drishyamanasya mithyatva nishchayena. So now, first nishchaya. So it goes in three parts. First nishchaya leads to the second nishchaya. Second nishchaya leads to the third nishchaya. One knowledge generates the second to the third. If you did not know the association of fire and the smoke, will you ever know fire in the mountain from 5 kilometers away? No. So what was responsible for your knowledge of fire? The earlier knowledge, correct? So where now first knowledge becomes the gateway to the second, and the second knowledge then becomes the gateway to the third. This is what they have also in science they call as the development of knowledge. Here. So nikhila prapancha bhavam nishchitya. What is the first part? Absence of this world other than Brahman. Nishchaya is done. Second one, Drishyamanasya mithyatva nishchayena. So the next nishchaya, meaning the conclusive understanding, is Drishyamanasya mithyatvam. The status of appearance to all that is seen. Drishyamanasya mithyatva nishchayena. Then what does it finally lead to? Brahmatma matratva nishchayaha. That Brahman is Atma. Atma is Brahman. This is the final, this is the culmination of all the knowledge. Brahmatma tattva nishchayaha. This, when the knowledge has progressed from point A to B, B to C, I'm coming to the B now. This nishchaya is called as yuktika Baadh. Just saying Atma is Brahman is not yuktika Baadh. Going it this way, this is the root. Root means route. Route. This is the path. This is called as the yuktika Baadh. Okay. Under this yuktika Baadh, we are going to discover it needs to be scaffolded. Not scaffolding, what is it called? Reinforced. It needs to be reinforced through meditation. Then this yuktika Baadh becomes powerful. So now we are going to look at that, where in the original text he is going to talk about yuktika Baadhasya ayam kramaha. Okay, this is the sequence. And then that krama, the sequence, is even further not elaborated but brought to more light in the commentary. So we will now look at this yuktika Baadh when we are going to meet tomorrow. So apavad, Baadh and vilapanam, all the three are used by the Shastra as synonyms. Then what is called as apavad, we have seen. This is apavad. This apavad, which is also called as Baadh, is of three types: Shastriya Baadh, Yuktika Baadh, and Pratyaksha Baadh. Out of which we have seen the first two, and in that yuktika Baadh, we are still going to look at the sequence. This sequence then is how we go by, because in yuktika Baadh there is already a sequence. How is this sequence to be seen, to be experienced now? Gives you a meditation. Now this will be of use to all of us for us to meditate, but we will look at it when we meet tomorrow. Right, let us do the Shanti Patha and wait for a minute before after the Shanti Patha. Brahmam yat prasadena mahi vishvam prakalpitam Shrimat Swayam Prakashakhyam Pranavami Jagatam Guru Ya Paramatma Jagat Srishtva Pravivesha Punaswayam Tang Krishnam Pratyagatmanam Vande Gopi Manoharam. Yasya prasadanahamadvayatma Vishwam Samastam Mayi Kalpitancha Tan Sarvalokaikagurum Sadashri Swayam Prakasham Gurumanatosmi Gurunam Charanam Bhojam Pranipatya Nirantaram Tatkripa Leshatudvaita Chinta Bhavu Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanta Shanti Shankaram Shankaracharya Keshavam Padarayanam Sutra Bhashakatav Vande Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyopabhavyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Yeah. Dr. Mirabi and Manisha, your mics are on. Any which ways. So today is Vinayaka Chaturthi, Ganesh Chaturthi as it is called. And today is where the Ganesh festival begins in India. Tomorrow, etc. It can be in USA, which is because a day later. I mean, few hours with the difference. But we will start the Ganesh Chaturthi festival. Chaturthi is just today, but Ganesh Utsav beginning from the Chaturthi. Generally, it goes up to the 14th day of the fourth night of this Bhadrapad month. And so we will have it till Ananta Chaturdashi. During these 10 days, we take this vrata meaning a discipline, a committed practice of doing some japa, puja, etc. And of course, because it is a festival, which means some food, meeting people, the joy of sharing, meeting, coming together, all this is also there. But this joy now is having the flavor of devotion. So we invoke the power of God to remove the obstacles, to give the light. And so we invoke God in form of Ganesha. So all of you, if you can, do this, chanting the Atharva Shirsha, Ganapati Atharva Shirsha. So in this 10 days, every day if you chant even for 11 times, in 10 days we will make it 108. So this is how we are also going to do the puja, doing the Abhishek to Ganapati in the ashram, in this Jagadguru Sannyasa ashram, every day with Gangajal for 108 times. The pictures will be posted to you and some video, etc., which you can later on see. But I wish you all a very happy Ganesh festival, Ganeshotsav. Thank you very much.